Welcome back to Mount Panorama Bathurst on this beautiful sunny afternoon. The Formula Ford's just warming up for their 4-lap screamer. Let's have a look how they line up on the Shell Helix scoreboard. Todd Kelly and Jason Bargwanna share the front row. Row 2, Christian Jones, son of Alan, and Ashley Cutchy. Out of row 3, Rich Fowler and Justin Lambeth. Row 4, Mark Lowing and Scott Bargwanna. And on row 5, Michael Simpson and Alan Cho.
10 seconds to go, 30 Formula Fords in total, 4 laps around this sensational Mount Panorama circuit. There's Todd Kelly and Jason Bargwanna, and Kelly from the inside gets the jump. They head up into the first corner, and they are absolutely everywhere, the Formula Fords. Kelly on the inside, the first leader through the bunch, as I said, 30 in total. And Richard, as they make their way up to the top of Mount Panorama, they are virtually nose to tail. A challenge already for the lead as they head up, and Bargwanna, who produced some outstanding racing here earlier this year when we were here for the Shell Australian Touring Car Championship round, has taken the lead, first time up the mountain.
Yeah, Bargwanna snatching the lead with the locally built Spectrum from Kelly. And Kelly, I was watching him practice, very quick indeed, but a little bit exciting to watch. He gets a bit sideways and a bit out of shape.
Jason Bargwanna leads them up the shelf for the first time. Look at Cutchy in the new Swift 96 specification car. The black car running in 3rd position. Brand new car running here at Bathurst. So it's Bargwanna, then Kelly, then Cutchy and Lambert. They head up toward Reed Park for the first of 4 laps.
Christian Jones a little disappointing. Started from position number 3 and has moved back a little bit in the field, dueling for position 6 on the track at the moment.
Well, Jason Bargwanna wants to get a few brownie points here before the season's over. Came very, very close to winning the Formula Ford Championship this year. Pushed the eventual winner, David Bernard, every step of the way on. I don't think you'd even call it a shoestring budget, more like a dental floss budget. He just had no money, second-hand tyres all the time. He did a fabulous job in this car. Finished up second, but very quick driver, and one with apparently quite a bright future.
Certainly is, and a mark of respect for young Jason Bargwanna. Every time the Formula Fords took the circuit at the touring car rounds this year, every touring car driver had their head over the pit wall, was having a look, and Jason Bargwanna earned a lot of respect from his senior peers throughout the 1996 season. There he is, rocketing down Conrod Straight for the first of 4 times. They prepare for the Caltex chase.
Like an arrow through the air. Bargwanna opening up the gap to Todd Kelly in 2nd position. Cutchy in 3rd. Lambeth coming under a bit of pressure now from Rich Fowler. There's Christian Jones in the blue car, car 27, the famous number that his dad carried to the Formula One World Championship back in 1980.
And Christian Jones preparing the car within the pack leader premises on the Gold Coast, is now moving up, looking for position number 4 on the race circuit. They come down to the start-finish line for the first time, and Christian Jones now mounting a challenge. Whatever happened at the start has been long forgotten by the second-generation driver. Again into the left-hander, it is Bargwanna, Kelly, and Todd Kelly, the 17-year-old Victorian schoolboy. He's lucky at school holidays at the moment. He's not missing out on any homework.
Yeah, he's done a great job. He's got the rush of blood this year, but certainly a guy on a very steep learning curve and showing a lot of speed. Look at Christian Jones. He ducks out from behind the gearbox of Rich Fowler's Van Diemen. Then up the front, it's side by side between Bargwanna and Kelly. Kelly charging on the outside, but Bargwanna's probably got a better line, and he holds it as they swing up the shelf for the second time.
This is almost a case of deja vu from earlier on this year. 4 or 5 drivers battling for the top 3 or 4 positions. There's Todd Kelly, Ashley Cutchy, as Mark said, making his way through the field. Up into the cutting they go, back up onto the mountain, and a huge crowd here at Mount Panorama on the Saturday before the great race this year, the AMP Bathurst 1000.
Ashley Cutchy, very impressive performance this. He was 15th in this year's championship, but he only competed in half the rounds. But he did win the Formula Ford support race up at the IndyCar Carnival a couple of years ago. A brand new car at this meeting, powered by engines. Peter Lana, of course, the engine builder, and the 21-year-old from Bentley in Victoria, putting on a very strong show.
There's your race leader, Bargwanna, and quite a sight. The open wheelers on top of the mountains. They head down. It is a scary, scary ride.
The fact that the most amazing thing about these cars is they're doing lap times and qualifying times that would have won this race 10 or 15 years ago.
Yeah, 1975, Colin Bond in the L34 Tirana sat on pole position. In 1996, it would have been Todd Kelly in his Formula Ford.
Just incredible, isn't it? They level of development, how fast these cars, particularly on high-speed circuits, they've got a very small frontal area, very effective use of their power, and they really arrow through the air. They're very, very fast. On fast six, here comes Cutchy down the inside of Lambeth. Didn't quite have enough real estate there. He tries another run on the outside under brakes. Lambeth covering his tracks very effectively. Christian Jones now starting to capitalise on this battle. Whenever two cars start carving each other up, it always lets the guy behind close up. He's looking for a way past Cutchy as they brake hard toward pit straight.
Evidence of how light they are under the brakes and a little sideways coming through onto the main straightaway. But that is the key, as Mark pointed out, out-braking your opponent into the corner because they are just so evenly matched. Christian Jones.
Up the inside. Cutchy, beautiful move. He tried 3 or 4 times on the previous lap, but he picked him up there. They swung up through Hell Corner, and he's opened up a big gap on Lambeth. I don't think Lambeth got a very good run out of the corner that time, and Jones is going to try and capitalise as well. He's now side by side in the AMSA Van Diemen. Oh, we got some dust, one out of control, spinning backwards up Mountain Straight. Goodness me.
Mark Lowing
coming together there. Let's see if they continue. It doesn't look like there's too much damage, fortunately. But here's the battle for the lead. Jason Bargwanna and the Spectrum 05C, the locally built chassis. And boy, hasn't it shown some strength against the imported English chassis this year.
Up through the cutting yet again, and this one is far from over. Bargwanna and Kelly. As Mark said, Todd Kelly, new to the game of open wheelers, and has had the occasional rush of blood throughout the year. This will do him all amounts of good to be up here racing with these guys, and nose to tail stuff up over the mountain. The crowd is, as I said, building nicely and certainly paying attention to the open wheeler racing.
I guess, Richard, hey, look at the performance of this Australian chassis against the English imports. So it would be very interesting to see how an Australian car competed in the English Formula Ford team.
Yeah, the only difference being that most of the European Formula Fords are now starting to run the Zetec engine, which is slightly different and requires a different chassis, which is why you tend to find that the 93 Van Diemens are still very competitive against the later machinery.
It's the same problem Dougal McDougall had this year. He imported the French McGill chassis, which was set up for that larger Zetec engine. He had to adapt it to the smaller 1600 unit, spent the whole season getting it right, and it was just coming good toward the end of the season. So, as you say, there are significant engineering differences between the two cars.
This does seem to me, though, to have been something of a bumper season for talent coming out of Formula Ford in Australia.
Absolutely phenomenal. It just the touring car guys are really waking up to the talent that's in Formula Ford, and particularly these two youngsters, Jason Bargwanna and Todd Kelly, both with eyes on touring car drives in the future. And you could do a lot worse than put these guys into the cars. They're very quick, very talented, and they're learning all the time.
And you get the feeling Todd Kelly is just about ready to pounce, sitting right in on the tail of Bargwanna. It doesn't get any closer than this. Into the left-hander, back onto the main, pit straight once again.
Last lap, 6.2 kilometres to go for the leaders. Plenty of pressure. Anyone could win this. Jason Bargwanna really under fire from Todd Kelly, the 16-year-old, 17-year-old. Last lap as they swing up Mountain Straight for the final time. Kelly was only 12th in this year's championship. Best result was 3rd at Wanneroo. But he really has a lot of natural speed. And look at this, right up behind the gearbox of Bargwanna. He looks in his mirrors, he can't even see him, he's that close. Nailed right to the back of that Hewland 4-speed gearbox, trying to get maximum aerodynamic advantage as they come up the straight for the final time.
Bargwanna make a little weave there to try and break the toe.
And the 4-speed gearbox is certainly going to working out on this circuit down Conrod Straight especially. The guy's lapping at about 2 minutes 28. The lap record here, 2:27.26 in the Formula Fords. And the driver that set that in 1989, Russell Ingall, who has gone on to bigger and better things. So it's certainly a great breeding ground.
What's happened here?
There.
Now, Bargwanna's taken a very radical line out of the cutting, opened the door wide.
I don't think Bargwanna wanted to lead this down Conrod Straight, and Jason Bargwanna, it seems, may have just moved over to let Todd Kelly through, and he's going to play the waiting game as they go across the top of the mountain.
Now, could we be about to see a bit of Michael Schumacher racecraft here? If that was a deliberate move and he pulls it off.
It was a very smart move if it works out for him. I tell you, look behind as well. Christian Jones has moved up to 3rd and is closing in on these two. He may have left it a little too late.
Well, it didn't look like he got out of shape. It looked like a very deliberate move to let Kelly past. I wonder if that's what he's angling at. We shall find out as they come down Conrod for the final time. Christian Jones, Ashley Cutchy battling it out for 3rd and 4th,
and Christian Jones, as Richard Hayes said, really is closing in. As a matter of fact, Bargwanna seems to have dropped off the pace a little bit, and maybe there is, in fact, a problem with the Bargwanna car. Todd Kelly not going to give anyone a chance to jump into his slipstream as he heads down Conrod Straight. This is the final time, and here comes Bargwanna. Has he the legs as they head into the Caltex chase?
He's got in front again. Jason Bargwanna, critical stage on Conrod Straight. If he pulls this off, that'll be quite a bit of racecraft. The young man from Como, 23 years of age. Jason Bargwanna back in the lead, 1 turn to go. Kelly's not going to give up. He'll come back one more time as they swing onto pit straight.
And Bargwanna is going to sit right on the inside, covering his tracks. Will Todd Kelly get the shotgun? Final corner. Kelly looks to the inside. Will he be able to do it? The checkered flag falls, and Jason Bargwanna, hats off to you. A sensational drive.
Todd Kelly in second position. In third place, great drive that from young Christian Jones.
Let's have a look at the Shell Helix race score. The race winner, Jason Bargwanna. Second place to Todd Kelly. Christian Jones was third. Ashley Cutchy fourth. And rounding out the five, Scott Bargwanna.